Sarah Mitchell was 28 years old and getting married. June 22, 2024. Country club wedding. 150 guests. White dress. Perfect venue. Michael Torres, the love of her life, waiting at the altar. Sarah's mother, Karen Mitchell, 70 years old, sitting in the front row, crying tears of joy. The woman who'd raised Sarah alone. Retired nurse. Devoted mother. Sarah's entire world. The ceremony began. Traditional vows. If anyone objects to this marriage, speak now or forever hold your peace. Silence. There's always silence. Nobody ever objects. It's just a formality. A tradition nobody takes seriously anymore. But then a voice from the back. I object. Everyone turned. A woman standing. Late 50s. Nobody recognized her. She wasn't on the guest list. Nobody knew who she was. Sarah stared. I'm sorry, who are you? The woman stepped forward. Tears streaming down her face. My name is Linda Parker. And Sarah, you're not Sarah Mitchell. Your name is Emily Parker. You're my daughter. You were stolen from me 30 years ago. June 15, 1994. From St. Mary's Hospital maternity ward. You were 3 days old. I've been searching for you ever since. And 3 months ago, I saw your engagement photo on Instagram. You have a strawberry birthmark behind your right ear. Shaped like a butterfly. My daughter Emily had the exact same birthmark. I hired a private investigator. We got your DNA from a coffee cup you threw away. Tested it against mine. 99.99% match. Sarah, Emily, you were kidnapped. And your mother Karen Mitchell sitting in the front row? Her real name is Karen Hughes. She was a nurse at St. Mary's Hospital in 1994. The night you disappeared. She took you, changed your name, raised you as her own. And I finally found you. The wedding stopped. Karen tried to run. Security blocked the doors. FBI agents, coordinating with Linda, entered and arrested Karen Mitchell on the spot. Sarah collapsed in her wedding dress. Everything she'd ever known was a lie. June 22, 2024. Meadowbrook Country Club, Portland, Oregon. The ceremony was perfect. Sarah had planned every detail. White roses. String quartet. Vintage decorations. 150 guests, friends, co-workers, Michael's large family. Sarah stood at the altar in her grandmother's vintage wedding dress. Well, the dress Karen had claimed was from Sarah's grandmother. But Sarah had never met her grandmother. Karen said her parents died before Sarah was born. Michael held Sarah's hands. Looked at her like she was his entire world. The officiant smiled. We've come to the part of the ceremony where I ask, if anyone objects to this marriage, speak now or forever hold your peace. Sarah barely listened. Nobody ever objected. It was just tradition. Meaningless words. I object. The voice came from the back. Loud. Clear. Certain. Everyone turned. Gasps. Whispers. A woman stood. Maybe late 50s. Brown hair with gray streaks. Simple dress. Crying. Sarah stared. I'm sorry, who are you? Are you at the right wedding? The woman stepped into the aisle. My name is Linda Parker. And Sarah, you're not Sarah Mitchell. Karen, Sarah's mother, stood up from the front row. Face pale. Linda, don't. Your name is Emily Parker, Linda continued, voice shaking. You're my daughter. You were stolen from me 30 years ago. The room erupted. Voices. Confusion. Sarah couldn't breathe. What are you talking about? Sarah said. I don't know you. My mother is right there. Karen Mitchell, Linda said, looking directly at Karen. Also known as Karen Hughes. You were a nurse at St. Mary's Hospital in June 1994. You worked the night shift. And on June 15, 1994, you walked into my hospital room while I was sleeping. And you took my 3-day-old daughter, Emily Rose Parker. Karen moved toward the exit. This is insane. I don't have to listen to this. Security guards appeared at the doors, blocked her path. Linda pulled papers from her purse. I have DNA evidence. Sarah, 3 months ago, you posted engagement photos on Instagram. One photo showed a birthmark behind your right ear. A strawberry birthmark, shaped like a butterfly. My daughter Emily had the exact same birthmark. I hired a private investigator. We obtained your DNA from a discarded coffee cup, tested it against mine. 99.99% match. You're my daughter. And I've been searching for you for 30 years. Sarah's legs gave out. Michael caught her. The back doors opened. 3 FBI agents entered. One approached Karen. Karen Hughes Mitchell, you're under arrest for kidnapping, child abduction, falsifying documents. Karen started crying. Sarah, I love you. I'm your mother. I raised you. Please. You're not her mother, Linda said quietly. You stole her. From me. And you've had 30 years with my daughter. 30 years I'll never get back. If you believe in mothers who never give up, in technology that solves cold cases, and in identities that survive even when names are stolen, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Echoes of Courage, and share this story. Because sometimes the truth takes 30 years to surface. June 1994. 30 years earlier. St. Mary's Hospital. Karen Hughes was 40 years old and her world had ended. May 1994. 7 months pregnant. Complications. Emergency delivery. Stillbirth. A daughter. Perfect. Silent. Gone. Karen held her baby girl. Named her. Said goodbye. Went home to an empty nursery. And broke. Her husband left within weeks. Couldn't handle her grief. Karen returned to work too soon. St. Mary's Hospital. Maternity ward. Night shift. Surrounded by crying newborns. Healthy babies. Mothers who got to keep their daughters. Karen should have taken leave. Should have gotten help. But she couldn't afford to stop working. And she thought work would distract her. It didn't. It made everything worse. June 15, 1994. 3 a.m. Karen walked past a hospital room. Saw a young woman sleeping. Linda Parker. 28. Exhausted from delivery 3 days earlier. Bassinet beside the bed. Baby girl. Emily Rose Parker. Perfect. Healthy. Peaceful. Karen stopped. Stared. And something inside her snapped. That should be my baby. My daughter should be alive. Why does it get to keep hers when mine is dead? It's not fair. Karen glanced down the hallway. No one. Security cameras in 1994 were grainy. Poor quality. Wouldn't clearly identify anyone. Karen walked into the room. Quiet. Linda didn't wake. Post-delivery exhaustion. Karen picked up the baby. So light. So warm. So alive. The baby didn't cry. Just opened her eyes. Looked at Karen. Karen wrapped her in a hospital blanket. Walked out. Down the hallway. Past the nurse's station. Empty. Staff doing rounds. Out the side exit. To her car. She drove. And didn't stop. Karen had planned this. Not consciously. But in her obsessive, grief-stricken mind, she'd been thinking about it for weeks. What if she took one of the babies? What if she just left? Started over? She'd already submitted her resignation. Effective immediately. Personal reasons. Karen drove to Oregon. Different state. Rented an apartment under her maiden name initially. Then married briefly in 1995. Man named David Mitchell, died 3 years later. Took his last name. Kept it. Became Karen Mitchell. Changed the baby's name. Sarah. Got a delayed birth certificate. Claimed home birth. Nobody questioned it in 1994. Less strict regulations. Less technology. Raised Sarah alone. Poured all her grief, all her love, all her need into this child. Became the perfect mother. Devoted. Protective. Maybe too protective. Never let Sarah meet extended family. Told her everyone was dead. Kept Sarah's world small. Just the two of them. Because if Sarah met people, they might ask questions. Might notice Sarah didn't look like Karen. Might see missing person posters that still circulated in the early years. Karen convinced herself this was meant to be. That God had taken her biological daughter and given her Sarah. That Linda didn't deserve Emily. That Karen had saved Sarah from something. For 28 years, Karen lived this lie. And believed it. 1994 to 2024. 30 years. Linda's search. Linda Parker woke up at 6 a.m. on June 15, 1994. Her baby was gone. The bassinet was empty. Blanket still warm. Emily had been there minutes ago. Linda screamed. Nurses rushed in. Security. Police. FBI. Security footage showed a nurse, unidentifiable in grainy 1994 camera quality, walking down the hallway with a bundle. Leaving through side exit. No license plate visible. Dead end. Amber alert. Media coverage. FBI investigation. Massive search. No leads. The case went cold within 6 months. Linda's husband Robert couldn't handle it. The grief. The obsession. The endless searching. They divorced in 1998. But Linda never stopped. Spent her savings on private investigators. Followed every tip. Every lead. Checked every Walmart photo development center in the 90s looking for photos of a baby with a butterfly birthmark. Searched adoption records. Foster care systems. Missing children databases. Remarried in 2005. Had 2 sons. But never stopped searching for Emily. 2010s brought new technology. Social media. Facial recognition apps. DNA databases. Linda embraced everything. Set up Google alerts for dozens of search combinations. Scrolled through millions of Instagram photos. Facebook profiles. TikTok videos. Looking for her daughter's face. Her birthmark. 30 years. Most people would give up. Everyone told Linda to move on. She couldn't. Emily is alive. I can feel it. Mothers know. March 2024. The discovery. Sarah Mitchell posted engagement photos on Instagram. Public profile. Happy couple. Professional photographer. Country setting. One photo. Sarah laughing. Hair tucked behind her right ear. Visible. Small strawberry birthmark. Butterfly shape. Linda's Google alert pinged. Keywords, birthmark butterfly ear 1994. Linda clicked. Stared. Screenshot the photo. Zoomed in. The birthmark. Identical to Emily's hospital photos. Sarah's profile. Age 28, claimed birth year 1996, but people lie online. Location. Portland, Oregon, where Karen Hughes had moved. Mother, Karen Mitchell, 70, retired nurse. Linda searched. Karen Mitchell Nurse, Oregon. Found old employment records through PI contacts. Karen Hughes. Worked at St. Mary's Hospital. Resigned June 15, 1994. The same day Emily disappeared. Linda hired a private investigator. Confirmed. Karen Hughes married David Mitchell 1995. Took his name after he died 1998. Karen Hughes equals Karen Mitchell. Same person. Linda contacted FBI. They reopened the cold case. Coordinated surveillance. Obtained Sarah's DNA from a discarded coffee cup outside her school. Sarah was a teacher. Tested against Linda's DNA. 99.99% match. Sarah Mitchell was Emily Rose Parker. FBI planned to arrest Karen quietly. But Linda insisted, "I need to see her first. My daughter. I need her to know the truth before Karen is arrested and spins this her way." Linda found out about the wedding. June 22nd. Public venue. FBI agreed to coordinate. Linda would attend. Reveal the truth during the objection moment. FBI would be outside, ready to arrest Karen immediately. Linda sat in the back row. Watched Sarah walk down the aisle. Her daughter. Stolen 30 years ago. Beautiful. Alive. Getting married. And Karen, the woman who'd taken her, sitting in the front row. Crying tears of joy like she had any right to be proud. Linda waited. And when the officiant said, "Speak now or forever hold your peace," Linda stood. And told the truth. Before we continue, pause and comment below. How would you react if you discovered your entire identity was a lie? That your parent kidnapped you as a baby? Share your thoughts. The aftermath. June-December 2024. FBI arrested Karen Mitchell. Charged with kidnapping, child abduction, falsifying birth documents, fraud. Sarah was taken to the hospital. Shock. Panic attack. Couldn't breathe. Couldn't process. Michael went with her. Held her hand. "We'll figure this out. Together. I'm not leaving." DNA test confirmed officially. 99.99% match. Sarah Mitchell was Emily Rose Parker. Karen had kidnapped her 30 years ago. Sarah's world shattered. Who am I? My name isn't real. My birthday isn't real. My entire childhood is based on a lie. She's not even my mother. Linda tried to approach. "Sarah, Emily, I'm your mother. Your biological mother. I never stopped looking." Sarah couldn't handle it. "I don't know you. Karen is. She raised me. She's my mom. Even if I can't." Therapy. Intensive. Sarah couldn't work. Postponed the wedding indefinitely. Michael stayed. "I love you. Sarah. Emily. Whatever name you choose. I'm here." Karen's trial. She pleaded guilty. Sentencing hearing. Karen addressed the court. "I lost my baby. Stillbirth. 7 months pregnant. I held her. She was dead. I went insane. I saw Linda with Emily. Beautiful. Healthy. Alive. And I needed her. I took her. I know it was wrong. I know I stole 30 years from Linda. But I loved Sarah. I gave her everything. She was my daughter. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I loved her." Sentenced to 25 years. Karen was 70. Effectively life. Sarah visited Karen in jail once. "Why? Why did you do this to me?" Karen cried. "I lost my daughter. And I saw you. And I couldn't. I needed you. I loved you, Sarah. Everything I did was because I loved you." "You loved me so much you based my entire life on a lie," Sarah said. "You stole me. From my real mother. You took away 30 years Linda could have had with me. 30 years I could have had with siblings I didn't know I had. Because you were selfish. Because you couldn't handle your grief. I know. I'm sorry." Sarah left. Didn't visit again. But slowly, Sarah began meeting Linda. Awkward coffee dates. Linda showing photos. Baby Emily. Hospital bracelet. Amber Alert posters. 30 years of searching. Linda, "I knew you were alive. Mothers know. I never gave up. And I finally found you. Because of Instagram. Because of your birthmark. Because I never stopped looking. Sarah met her half-brothers. Linda's sons from her second marriage. Jake, 18. Matthew, 15. Sarah's brothers. They welcomed her. Cautiously. Kindly. Sarah learned about her biological father. Robert Parker. Divorced from Linda 1998. Died 2015. Heart attack. He'd searched for Emily until the day he died. Sarah started using both names. Sarah Emily Mitchell Parker. Figuring out who she was. A combination of the girl Karen raised and the baby Linda lost. Michael waited. Patiently. We'll marry when you're ready. No rush. You're worth waiting for. 6 months later, December 2024, Sarah was ready. Small ceremony. 40 people. Michael's parents. Linda. Linda's sons. A few close friends. No Karen. She was in prison. Sarah hadn't forgiven her. Maybe never would. But she was learning to live with the complexity. Karen had committed a terrible crime. And Karen had also loved her. Sarah stood at the altar. Michael beside her. Linda in the front row. Crying. The officiant asked, if anyone objects. Linda smiled through tears. Shook her head. No objections. Sarah married Michael. Sarah Emily Mitchell Parker became Sarah Emily Torres. And for the first time in months, she felt whole. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, subscribe to Echoes of Courage, and share it with someone who needs to know that stolen identities can be recovered, that mothers never stop searching, and that truth, even painful truth, is better than a beautiful lie. Leave a comment. How do you think you'd handle discovering your identity was stolen? What would you do? Thank you for watching. And to anyone who's adopted, fostered, or searching for biological family, your questions are valid. Your identity matters. And the truth, however complicated, deserves to be known.